Hi, how you
Hey
doing?
there, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
Awesome.
good. I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm not really. Well, you know what? I'm not that tired.
Yeah, I felt tired when I woke up and I just I got with a group of people, just had a talk and everybody was super energized.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like it energized me. So I'm no longer tired. That's
Okay.
what happens when you get around a
Well,
lot of
that's what
good
happens when
energy.
you always say you're tired too. You think you are, and you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Since you were desperately trying to figure out what this, she didn't like the fact that this box was not straight. What was wrong with it? What was
Huh?
wrong with the box?
It wasn't sitting straight and it was, my OCD I guess kicked in.
I'm gonna let you see what's in the box. That way we can throw the box away.
Yeah,
So we
I
open the
actually
box.
think there was something
It's
kind of
like a
probing
present.
me
It's
to
actually
maybe
kind of
look at
funny.
it.
That's why I want you to open it.
Okay, well, did you help me out and kind of cut the tape around it, or
Yeah.
do I need to mess up the
No,
nails?
one side is open.
Okay,
It should be that side. Yeah, you just open it.
all right. Let's see
It
what
should
this.
just right. No, you don't even have to mess with the tape.
Well, yeah,
I feel like it's a birthday present or
yeah.
something.
I'm looking at it.
It's
That's.
kind of like the birthday present everybody wants. I can tell you that much.
I'm gonna.
What? Just be careful with it. I don't want it shocking you. Babe, you, are you serious?
It's happening.
The
Hang
other
on.
side's like
I'll
open.
try that out.
Okay.
Interesting.
You know what that
Okay.
is?
It is a racket.
Yeah, but you see that button on the side? On the
Yeah.
side? Yeah. Hit that button. If there was a fly in here, you could swat it and it's a bug zapper.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, very interesting. So, what was the interest of getting the bug zapper? You having issues with bugs lately?
No.
No.
It was
to
$7. I was
Yeah,
like, you know what? I'm gonna need that one day.
we always say that. We may need it one day.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you haven't received a tennis racket bug zapper yet, it's fun. I used one at somebody's house one time,
Hmm.
and it was a lot of fun. Like the bugs were there, you would swat them, and it's like they electrocute the butt, like where your hand is.
Hmm.
If it connects, it will shock it. Whatever is on that area, it will shock you.
Well, maybe that's why they don't have batteries in it just yet.
Oh, okay, but yeah, there's no bugs in here. But I'm just saying it is a very cool device if you need to kill bugs.
Okay, and did you get this off of Amazon
No.
or just?
I don't buy stuff off of Amazon.
Hmm.
I mean, I
All
it's
right.
Amazon's not the thing I do.
It's not the thing you do.
Some people they do that every day. I don't need that much stuff. So what's going on?
What is going on? It's been a really interesting year. Been an interesting, I guess, last 6 months.
Yeah, it has.
um, I feel like the country's freaking out.
You think they're freaking
They're
out
freaking out.
about what?
They're freaking out. It seems like everybody's got this fear of if you're different than me,
Uh-huh.
that scares me. If you think differently than I do, that scares me. And so I feel like there's more of a
Is
division.
this a personal thing?
Is it a personal thing?
Yeah.
Meaning,
Are people giving you shit like personally or?
no, it's just an observation. I'm
Okay.
not getting it personally. I'm just observing.
Okay.
You can get this just go on Facebook and, just a tip for everyone. If you don't want to bring negativity into your reality, cut the news feeds, all news feeds, and cut the negative crap from the people in your news.
I
We
just
all know who those
unfollow 'em.
people are. Just unfollow them.
Yeah.
But, every now and then a few will creep in, and it's people that will come across with the persona of being super positive, super spiritual, and that's all great. We're all human and have weak moments, but it's, then you read a news feed that comes out and it's super negative about, either conservatives or liberals or,
I don't know. I mean,
anything negative, you're attacking someone. So I think it's just because it's fear. It all comes down to fear, I believe, because this is different than me. So I feel like, everybody's fighting. Something interesting. I just spoke with someone that just got back from a trip from Australia. And they told me that they were not that excited. It was a young group about Americans there. And they said, well, it's probably because we were kind of acting up, maybe immature. But it's different there. And one thing that I learned is that they don't have a really strong military. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they seem like a very peaceful country.
Do they even have a military?
I don't know. So here we are. We're not peaceful in this country.
Well,
and we have the best military, or one of the best. Yeah. So when you are preparing for the worst, you may have turmoil. They're not preparing for crap. And look, and I don't have all my facts. I
don't think they care.
They don't care. And so they're living in peace. La, 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 la.
Yeah, I mean, I'm oh, man, you're going to open up a can of
Okay, so if we are preparing for the worst, and sometimes we bring that into our reality.
Yeah, we do. I mean, but, I mean, I don't know. She's always trying to get me to talk about stuff.
That's what we do.
Well,
we talk about stuff.
Basically, my experience going to other countries is that people don't like us. Because of what they hear about us all the time. I still, and I always say this little joke that other countries mess with us because they know that we're self-conscious freaks. And we look at ourselves 50 times a day in the mirror or our phone, or we have this in our teeth. Who cares? Like,
Who
really,
cares? We're not that important.
Really, but they know that we do that. So it's like, if we go around bombing everybody, basically they make our clothes. So basically in the last 5 years, they have taken our sizes and made them smaller because they know it messes with our head.
That's what's going on.
Yeah, that's real. I'm telling you, that's really what's going on. Because I know for a fact I didn't wear an extra large T-shirt. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and now you can't wash it. If you wash a shirt, it's now a size smaller, and all of those shirts come from those countries.
Oh man, I have a funny story. I really think that's going on.
I really believe it's going on. They're like, and they're sitting there making them. Hey, this one's 2 sizes too small, and they're giggling and laughing about it.
I think that just happened to me. I got a dress, I guess, a few months ago, and it looked good in the mirror in the dressing room, and my significant other and I were shopping. We were actually at a grocery store, and I noticed the checkout lady kind of staring at me at my dress, and I'm like, was it kind of? I guess I was getting self-conscious. Like, is it too short? Is it cute? Like, why is she looking at me? Okay.
I mean, she might have wanted to bring you in the back and kind of give you a massage or something.
Who knows? Well, no, that wasn't it. So I get up closer, and she looks at me, and she goes, "So when are you expecting?"
Oh, come on, dude. What an asshole. What store is this?
This is in Baton Rouge. So,
is this a Target?
The one that was with me didn't know what to do with himself, and he's like, puts his head down like, okay, did she just say that?
He's like, I ain't going there.
So I look at her and I said, I'm not. And she didn't know how to get out of that hole. And I just laughed. I'm 47 years old. I promise you, I'm not expecting. And I said, I just need to go to probably the gym. She goes, well, honey, maybe it was just the way that you were turned. And I said, no, who knows? Maybe it's the dress, or I need to really go to the gym. And she goes, you know what did it for me? I cut down that liquor, that wine at night. And I started drinking
and then
more.
She said
so
that?
She starts coaching me.
Like,
and
God,
so we walk out, and he looks at me, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know what she's thinking. I don't know, because you look fine."
Now
he didn't know what to say, and he's like, "You can look at this as a compliment." I'm like, "How do you even get a compliment out of that?" He's like, "Well, you still look like you're in childbearing years," and I said, "Okay, that was sweet." It's just one of those things, and it could be that.
To me, it sounds like one of those things that turns into a small tornado, and it slowly gets bigger and bigger.
I promise you, she felt worse.
When you found out that she was partying it up after she had her kids.
Totally.
She didn't include the cocaine nights.
Who knows? But maybe maybe it was a small size.
I want to know what store this is.
I'll tell you. It's in Albertsons on College.
Oh my God. I'm like for real. Like, if anything deserves a bad review on Facebook, it's that. For real. Like, because I see them all day and night. I'm like, Why would you put a review on something like that? You know, like stupid shit.
Yeah,
like,
I'm telling
like,
you guys, don't ever say, if you're not sure, if the woman doesn't look like she's about to pop, like 9 months pregnant, and there's any doubt, just don't say it.
Yeah, and a woman should know better.
A woman should know better.
A woman should know. You think she's sitting there checking you out and making you self-conscious, and then she pops out with that.
She pops out with that.
You know,
Yeah.
I think I'd have went along with it. Oh yes, we're gonna have twins.
Oh yeah.
And he wouldn't have a clue. He'd be
You
like,
would have said
he'd be like,
that
oh,
would have been
wow.
hysterical.
He wouldn't have had his head down. I can tell you that. He'd be like, what?
They had whiplash.
What? Say what? You got twins? Yeah, we just found out yesterday.
We just found out.
But this is his first time knowing.
Yeah.
Just see what she'd have did.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
This is how we got to break it. Yeah. Anything happened like that recently to you?
No.
Any moments?
Nothing like that happens to me.
All right, because I'm competitive. I just want to make sure that.
Oh my god, no! I'm cool. If somebody told me I was expecting, I think I'd probably slap them.
Oh,
no,
man.
I would. I mean, I don't know. The only things that happen to me are messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What type of messages?
No, just like, just messages online. Just constant notifications and messages and emails. I bet you I get at least 80 minimum emails a day. And I have one email that's not, I can't control the server for the SAM. So like, I get about 160
Yeah, I have like
just from that one
5,000
day.
unread emails.
And it's
in
all
one.
BS. It's all like ridiculous stuff. Let me open it up and see what the spam is for today. You ready?
I'm ready.
Pick a random spam from that email.
A random
account.
spam.
Because I don't get spam. I have 12 email.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get spam from none of them except that one. And it's not one I can control.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I go to that office, I'm always like, what are y'all looking at?
They're getting desperate on what the subject line is to get you to open on that. Get you to open the email. They're getting really creative.
Today, literally, you would have to think they were it's just plain stupid to open some of this shit that I see on my spam. I know it's all spam. I don't get email from that place. The only reason I get it from them is because, if I need to send somebody a request, it looks better and it looks more professional from the place.
Right.
With their email, So it's like one of those things. But like, how do you get 150 spam email from one account a day? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's out of control.
I'm just like, like if you I think about stuff like this. If it takes me 5 minutes to check that dumbass email per day, how much of that time did it mess up my whole year in a year? It's at least an hour.
Well, yeah, there's people trying to figure out how to get us to look at our phones all day long.
There really is. I'm one of them.
Yeah, how do we get them to look? And it's kind of like an adrenaline rush. One. I am. Like, let me... we can't sleep at night. There's anxiety about, let me see if I got a like.
No, I don't do that. I'm not ever doing that. Let me see if I got
an email at 3 o'clock in the morning. Who's sending you an email? Seriously.
Well, I accidentally called somebody at 4 o'clock this morning because I was looking at my voicemail and I was deleting stuff. And I was like, who are these numbers? And it's like some guy wanting to give me a loan, like randomly from like India.
Yeah.
So like, it's like, what do you do? Like how do you get rid of that? So I had a guy recently call me and ask me if I wanted to sub out work to his company.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, look, I would rather you not call me anymore. I said, you've called me 7 times in the last 3 days. I said, I answer the phone. I don't say anything. You don't say anything. It's weird. Like, you should say hello when you call somebody. Like, hello, is anybody there? And he just didn't say anything. And out of nowhere, he's like, you should listen to what I have to say. And I go, what are you talking about? He's like, you should listen to what I have to say. I go, I don't understand. Well, we are a company based out of, and you can clearly tell he's reading a script. And I'm like, I would rather you not put me on your do not call list and stop calling me. He starts screaming at me.
Yeah.
Your daddy. Like, I'm like, dude, there's something wrong with this guy.
It's right, yeah.
So he calls me back. Like, after I just hung up on him, I said, dude, I'd rather you put me on do not call list. Don't call me back. He
Right.
calls me back and starts, like, wanting to argue.
No way.
I'm like, is something wrong with you, dude? Like, I'm not ever going to just send you any, but this is, have a good day. And I hung up. So I called the phone company and told them to block the number.
Mm-hmm.
He tries a different number. So I blocked that number. Finally, he stops. But this is what's happening in our country that nobody is talking about. They'd rather talk about a guy that's actually, working his ass off for once in the White House, and not playing golf. So, I mean, I've seen more pictures of presidents playing golf. You'll probably never see Trump play golf.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Well, we can go there. Just going back to all the phone calls and the spam. And like I said earlier, people are getting so creative and so desperate to reach you.
It's true.
I'm getting, like, they know that I have an area code of 337. So that kind of gets me to maybe pick up my phone because it looks like it's local and it might be a business call or who knows. And it's someone in Florida or somewhere in India or somewhere in New York. It's no one that's in this area. So they know they're using a phone number with an area code that matches yours. Do you get those?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's another trick just to be aware of.
And I do have to say, it stopped in the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Which is a little weird. Mm-hmm. And I think if you call your company and you block a couple of these numbers, I think they might actually do something. Mm-hmm. Because then I had the phone company calling me going, we would like to ask you, how did we handle this situation? And I'm like, I don't need to give you a questionnaire.
Yeah.
Just do it. Mm-hmm. I understand where they're coming from.
So you want to jump on the Trump?
No, I really don't.
You don't? Okay, let's not go there.
But I'm just saying, from observation of somebody who actually, I used to study presidents ridiculously. The best thing that they ever did to me was give me punish work when I was a kid. Because I learned more about these presidents than anything I could tell you. I know a lot about them. I can almost tell you when they were born.
Well, who's your most fascinating president? Do you have a top?
I really,
top two, top three? Or something that we don't know. An interesting fact about maybe one of them. Oh, my
God. There's interesting facts about all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Andrew Jackson would probably be my favorite.
Okay, why is that?
Because he really did not give a shit about anything.
He didn't worry about what others thought.
No, I mean,
he had total faith and confidence. They had a lot of
controversy on him. Mm-hmm. But, all of these guys, some way, shape, or form, put a penis in something they shouldn't have. Mm. All of them. Mm-hmm. Somewhere, some shape, somehow. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter what party you're with. Mm-hmm. Every one of them did it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird to think that Gerald Ford did it. Mm-hmm. Because I'm just joking. Mm-hmm. But all of them did it. I mean,
maybe not all, but a good majority.
Every one of them.
Okay.
The only one I couldn't even, comprehend doing something would be the first one, George Washington. But he did a lot of other stuff that was crazy. Mm-hmm. All of them did something. In the times, in today's society, where you have people taking statues out of areas for racism, they will look at the first probably 40 presidents as racist because they were near somebody or had, in that time.
Okay.
They will automatically judge those presidents for that alone.
So you're talking about their infidelity.
Yeah. So there was a lot of that.
There was a lot of it. I don't know if all of them went there, but why do you think there was a lot of it? Do you?
Think about it.
Mm-hmm. What do we think about?
It kind of goes. For me, it's interesting because you literally had whorehouses back then. You did. You had whorehouses back in those days. It was okay. They were cool with that. Because they were like, okay.
Well, it was a secret.
I don't think it was a secret because the women were literally in the South. They were hanging out, going, "Hey, you should come visit me sometime." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Kind of like they do on Bourbon at the strip clubs. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of how it was, but they were fully dressed. Mm-hmm. The majority of them. It was to me, it was more enticing for a woman to be fully clothed and look like a woman. Mm.
There's a mystery there.
For you to want to court her. Mm-hmm. Today, I don't want to. The last thing I would ever want to do is, I don't care how hot you think you are, I don't want to touch no chick twerking.
Right.
That's just
Right.
me. I'm weird like
Yeah.
that, you know. But if you do that, that's your thing.
Right.
That's awesome. You know, somebody else is gonna ride the twerk train.
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
But not me. I'd rather not be around
Yeah.
crazy of that.
Yeah.
You know?
You just never know.
The last thing I want to think about is, hey, I always wanted to settle down with the chick twerking in the club.
Mm-hmm.
No, not me.
No. That's drama right there.
Well, you know something is drama about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, some people just want to have a little fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like grandma. If grandma started twerking, what would you do?
I mean, I'd probably laugh.
I would probably laugh too. But it would definitely make you think a little crazy.
Oh, I would
Like,
be confused.
Number one, where did she learn that?
Yeah. What's up with that?
So, the twerking grandma.
The
That should be
twerking
a
grandma.
website.
Ooh.
That should be a website waiting to happen. thetwerkinggrandma.com.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I don't want to imagine.
I'm curious what kind of music she'd be into. The twerking
They
grandma.
got some cool grandmas out there. Mm-mm. All right, so we spoke about the conspiracy theory
That
of
shit already exists.
that chick already exists about people. They know about our insecurities, so they're giving us
Oh yeah, they're
half
giving
sizes
us.
off.
They're making our clothes 2 sizes too small.
Everybody's guts are hanging out.
Yeah.
They're looking pregnant when they're not.
Yeah, they went from regular sizes to what they call metro sizes now.
Metro
standard
sizes.
fit and skinny jeans.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have big calves, you can't wear skinny jeans.
Yeah.
You know, but I will say this about the skinny jeans. Old Navy recently came out with some athletic fit jeans.
Yeah. What do those look like?
Nice.
I like Old Navy.
I think Old Navy should pay us to talk about this, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm serious. They're athletic fit jeans.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an athletic
Physique.
body,
Yep.
you will love these jeans.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Yeah. They weren't made in Bangladesh. I'm telling you, like it's because if I could fit in them perfectly, there's something going right at Old Navy. You know, and I'm sorry
Well, cool
for
that
all
you
the
discovered
fashionable
that.
people who buy all these crazy $100 jeans, but I don't like that. I don't even want that.
Yeah,
I'll
if
rip
they
a pair
fit,
of
I'm
jeans in a
good.
weekend, so I don't need to buy $100 pairs of jeans
Yeah.
that I rip when I'm
That
taking
you
photo
rip.
shoots.
Yeah.
You know?
Imagine
That's
that.
why I like them, because when like the athletic ones, you can move.
You can move.
You can literally do a split in them if you wanted to, and they wouldn't rip.
You're not all stiff.
No,
Okay.
you know.
Well, anything else you want to mention before we wrap it up?
We probably have to talk about something weird if we didn't yet.
All right,
I
let's
think
go
probably
weird.
everything we talked about is weird.
Yeah. You
But-
want to go weirder?
I mean, I don't know
Let's go
how
a little.
weird.
You
We
want to
can
go
get weird.
a degree weirder?
It's the first show, so I kind of want. I don't know how far they want to go.
All right. Let's go. Let's go a hair weirder.
Okay. WhatinThisWorld.org is back up.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what I wrote 2 days ago?
No, I have not.
Okay. In 19,
Maybe I did.
I want to get the year right, but there was a movie called The Alligator Man. Not The Alligator Man, The Alligator People or something. I'm gonna have to look it up because I
Okay.
don't want to sound like an idiot on my own website. But seriously, like, it's kind of funny, you know, because this site was originally online.
Okay.
Let's give them some backstory on this. We had a lot of information on it, and basically, somebody thought it'd be a good idea to delete the YouTube channel. Which made me kind of curious, like, what was on the YouTube channel that you just had to delete it? You know what I mean?
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like,
Right.
no warnings, no anything. Just delete the channel?
Yeah.
There was nothing. I mean, did we actually say something to piss somebody off?
I mean,
You need to think about that for a second. I mean,
well, there was some political stuff.
yeah, but there's a lot of political stuff.
There's a
on
lot of
YouTube,
political
and there's a
stuff.
lot worse than what we were talking about.
Right.
But there's probably something that you asked me that I said somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Because we didn't have music on that channel. I mean,
No,
We didn't
we
have
didn't have
anything-
any music. It's really kind of weird that happened.
1959.
Okay, 1959. Okay.
The movie was called The Alligator People. in 1959. Okay.
Okay.
So
Got it.
For anyone who don't know, we actually do talk about just about everything you can imagine on
Pretty
whatinThisWorld.org.
much.
And it's not that we want to be conspiracy theory people or theorists. It's that we want people to know that people talk about this stuff, because some of these people have no idea that there are people out there talking about some of this stuff. So when we say alligator people,
And it's not saying that we even believe it
it's
or
funny
don't
because
believe
we're
it.
from Louisiana,
Right.
and we see all this stuff, how fantasized people are about alligators.
Mm-hmm.
Like tourists come here and they see alligator heads, and they think that's the coolest thing
Right.
in the world.
And we're like, ooh,
and it is
alligator,
interesting,
whatever.
you know. But like, I don't want that in my house, you know.
No.
But if you do want one in your house,
Yep.
you can go to Gator Cove Seafood Restaurant on the Thruway and get one, because I know they sell those alligator heads.
That's a cool place.
So, under the A Little Weird section of the website,
A little weird.
it says, apparently, reptilians do not like quicksand. Problem solved.
Got it.
So in the black and white movie Alligator People, it's amazing how many movies in the 50s and 60s talked about alligator people too, by the way. Especially after the treaty of,
Right.
19, I mean, we're going to talk about the treaty in a little bit. We're going to get a little bit more in depth in some of our next shows, because we wanted you to kind of meet us and know that we're not crazy. We're just like normal people, but we are a little bit more informed on what a lot of people see and talk about at times. And you could ask us a question anytime too. You could just send us a question and ask, and we'll talk about it. Anybody that has any problem too. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but in this video on whatinThisWorld.org, basically, it's a clip of a man who turns into an alligator, and it's got this alligator head, like Godzilla or something, but it looks like a real crocodile head. And there's a woman who's like melodramatically crazy. You could tell that all she was hired for is the fact that she could scream and make herself look dramatic. There was 2 of those in the room, and they kept screaming like that, which is obnoxiously aggravating. And the man, he didn't know what to do, so he kept trying to get away, and he was angry because he turned into the alligator, so he was showing his anger. Really 1959-ish.
Yeah.
And then he goes outside and sees an alligator in a pond.
Right.
Jumps in the water and fights the alligator and kills the real alligator, who's apparently a dummy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the women come outside. And then he goes into another area, goes into quicksand, and can't get out.
Oh my.
So I thought it would be funny for all these people who have such a fixation about reptilians.
That's it, quicksand.
Yeah. And basically, the reptilian the whole reptilian thing is basically, if you don't know what it is, there are people who believe that since the 1930s and 40s that they have been working with the United States government and some of these underground military bases. So if you Google the word reptilian, I promise you're going to see a world of knowledge. The number one guy that he really deserves credit every time the word is pronounced, because he really is the expert on reptilians, as far as I'm concerned. James Bartley.
Yeah, I've heard.
Wherever you are, we love you to death on this show, because like literally, man, your research is awesome. It's just really awesome. So, but you didn't see that.
I didn't.
You didn't. Okay.
I'm gonna go look.
You probably didn't even know the website was back up.
You did tell me that.
Okay. Yeah, but you've been busy too.
I've been busy.
So, yeah, I mean, that's funny. You need to see the video.
I will make time to go view it.
Yeah,
I
need
promise.
to see the video.
I promise I will.
Francine was not prepared this week. So, basically, we just wanted to say hello.
Yes.
Neither one of us are really prepared. We got a lot of stuff to do today too. So
We got a lot of stuff to do.
yeah,
but
we wanted to
still
say
wanted...
hello, meet you, because literally we will talk about anything on this show. It doesn't matter what alien you saw. If you saw an alien craft, we'll talk about that too. So, and we could probably shed some insight on it. Anything stupid like Kathy Griffin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything.
That's a hot mess there.
Well, she was a hot mess before she was stupid. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know you know, I don't even know how that career happened. I mean, she got a nose job and somebody recognized her.
Yeah. You just never know.
'Cause I remember her in the 90s.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. I thought so too.
But the video came out, and
Some
I really
people get
was
desperate,
like, this is
and
ridiculous.
they do just crazy things that just will come back.
Yeah.
And just not deserve them.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate, and
So tell me this: what do you have to do this week?
What do I have to do this week?
Yes.
This upcoming week?
Yeah.
I have a big event coming up. I have a lot of clients that I have to coach.
What kind of event?
I have a 2-day workshop in Lafayette.
Okay, doing what?
It is called. Look, I'm getting emails and text messages about it.
Will you have chicken at this event?
Do I have chicken at this event?
Because I might come and eat some chicken.
I do. I can have chicken. Hell yeah.
Where is the event?
It's going to be at the DoubleTree by Hilton on Pinhook.
Oh, really? You like getting that crazy?
We are going to get crazy. We're going to start at 6 o'clock Friday.
In the morning?
No, in the evening.
Oh, okay.
So, the working people can come. And it's actually when I get my second win. So, it seemed like a pretty good idea. Okay. So, I'm going to bring it. It's going to be a mix between personal transformation and fun. So, by the end of the night, the DoubleTree is not only going to hear us, they're going to feel us. And then we're going to continue on Saturday, start at around 9:30, and then go most of the day, probably end around 5.
Uh-huh. And for people, I am actually going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
For people that wonder, how the hell did these two meet? We still don't know.
We still don't know.
We have no idea. We
don't
know how this happened.
It happened.
It happened by complete accident.
We'll have to tell you about the story. It's a really good story.
Yeah, that'll be a whole show.
Mm-hmm.
But we did actually write a book together. And
we did.
That's what happened, and that's why if we seem like we know each other pretty well, if you ever write a book with someone, you kind of get to know them a little bit, especially when it's a weird book.
Yeah.
So that for anyone that don't know that, that's what we did.
We'll call it an interesting book. How about that?
I wish I could call it interesting.
We'll go with interesting.
Yeah. So, but no, that for people that are wondering, how did they still meet? He's from a whole nother place, and she's from a whole nother. I don't want anybody thinking there's something funny going on. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
People, she's happily expecting soon. I don't want anybody.
With what? Oh my God! That's
oh my
hysterical.
God, that's great! I can't wait to go to Albertsons and wonder who did this. I'm telling you. That's funny.
I'm totally gonna meet this one again. I mean, if you go in the morning, it's a totally different vibe. They're like happy, hey, how are you? In the evening, they ask you if you're expecting.
Yeah.
Go get some of that.
Looking at the damn vegetables on the conveyor belt thing.
No.
That's how long it's been since I've been in the grocery store.
Yeah. I cook now, so it happens.
Yeah, I really don't.
Uh-huh.
And I might go like once every 6 months.
Yeah, just pick up a few things.
Pick up.
Toilet paper and toothpaste. And what else? That's all you need.
I buy toilet paper like twice a year, and I buy so much of it that it's like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody comes over anyway, so it's like.
Right.
I don't want to seem boring, but yeah, I'd rather go to your house. No, I'm just joking.
All right, my friend. Right, this was really fun, and
and I promise you, it's about to get a lot more fun. So
we're gonna bring it. So you guys come back and listen to some more.
Yeah, and you could go to whatinThisWorld.org anytime and see some of the weird stuff that I put online, because it's usually some of the stuff that we're about to talk about. So have a good day. Thank you for listening to Rock Louisiana. Thank Rock Louisiana for doing what you're doing and helping many people. So Francine, have a good day.
You have a good day as well. Thank you.
Where can they find you, by the way, when you have one of these crazy events?
Yeah, they can find me at my website, and it's FrancineMatthew.com.
You're going to have to spell your
last name. I will. It's Francine. I'll spell that one too. Francine. And the Matthew is spelled different. So it's spelled MATHIEW.com. Yeah, so come check it out.
And I'm just Kevin.
And he's just Kevin.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Yep.
And a good weekend.
Blow it out, guys.